Hello and welcome to Amulya's Academy YouTube channel. In the previous tutorial, we wrote a Python program to implement jump search algorithm. Today, let's see how this program works. So here we are importing math module and here we can see the function definition. So first here numbers is our list name. We have 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 as the elements. List numbers are sorted in ascending order. Then target is 35. Then here you can see the function call to this function body, jump search, numbers and target. Here numbers is this list, here target is 35. So first n equal to length of numbers. Here len function calculates the length of this numbers list. Numbers list contains 5 elements, so length is 5. Then calculate the step, block size or jump size. Math square root of n. Square root of 5 will get 2 point something. So we'll use int function on that. So step becomes 2. Then previous equal to 0. Then here we can see while loop. Numbers of min, n and step. Here n value is 5 and step is 2. So here in the minimum function it will take the minimum value, that is 2. So here this function will return 2. 2 minus 1, that is 1. So we'll get numbers of 1. From this operation we'll get numbers of 1. So numbers of 1 is this value, here 20. So we'll compare 20 with the target. Here target is 35 and 20 is less than 35. Here this condition becomes true. So now previous equal to step. We'll move to the next block. That's why here previous becomes now step, that is 2. Step equal to step plus square root of n. So we'll get 2 plus 2, 4. Now step is 4. Then we'll compare this. If previous is greater than or equal to n, here length of the list is 5. So this condition becomes false. So control will again go here. Now n value is same. Step is 4 now. So in this 4 is the smallest value. So we'll get numbers of 4 minus 1. So we'll get numbers of 3. Numbers of 3 means this value, that is 40. Here 40 is less than target. Now this represent 40. 40 is less than target. False, right? 40 is less than 35. False. So now while condition become false. Control will come out of the while loop and it will execute for loop. For I in range, here previous value, it will point to the index of the first element of the current block. So here it is 2. Here you can see. Then here step is 4 here and it is 5. So we'll get 4. So here range is from 2 to 4. Initially target is equal to numbers of 2. Numbers of 2 is the first element of this block. 30 is equal to our target. No. So again control will go to the for loop. Now I value becomes 3. Compare target with numbers of I, numbers of 3. That is 40, 40 and 35. It is not equal. Control will again go here. But we don't have any other value to check. Range is over, so control will come out of this loop and it will return minus 1. Now this function will return a value, that is minus 1. Here result becomes minus 1. Now next control will execute this if result is not equal to minus 1. No, result is equal to minus 1. This condition becomes false. So it will execute else block. It will print this message. Target is not found. Now let's take another example. Let's take target as 50. So here list is this, target is 50. So here we can see the jump search function call. So control will go here. Numbers is this list, target is 50. Then length of the list, here 5. Step 2, previous equal to 0. Numbers of minimum n and step. N value is 5, step is 2. So here we'll get 2. 2 is the smaller value here, right? So we'll get 2 from this. 2 minus 1. So we'll get 1. So numbers of 1. We'll compare 20 with the target. 20 is less than target. Yes, it is. So previous becomes step. So here previous equal to 2. Step becomes 4. Then if previous is greater than or equal to n. No. So control will again go here. Now step is 4. 5 and 4. 4 is the smaller value. 4 minus 1. 3. So I'll get numbers of 3. Here numbers of 3 is this value. 40 is less than target. Yes, true. This condition becomes true. 40 is less than target. So previous becomes step. So here previous is 4. Step is equal to step plus square root of n. So 4 plus 2. So we'll get 6 as step. This condition becomes false. Previous is 4. It is not greater than or equal to n. So control will again go to this while loop. Here n value is 5 and step is 6. Now here you can see we need to take the minimum value. Here n is smaller than the step because here we are checking the last block and last block contain only one element here. That's why step is greater than n value here. Length of the list. So here 5 and 6. 5 is the smaller value. So we'll get 5 from this. 5 minus 1, 4. So numbers of 4. Compare the value present in the fourth index, that is 50. 50 is less than target. Target is also 50. 50 is not less than 50. 50 is equal to 50. So this condition become false. So control will go to this for loop. For I in the range, previous is here 4 and 6 and n value is 5. When we'll apply minimum function, we'll get 5 from this. So 4 and 5. So I initially becomes 4. If target is equal to numbers of I value is 4. Value present in the fourth index, that is 50. Target is equal to 50. Yes, it is true. So it will return I value is 4. So this function will return 4. So now here result becomes 4. Next it will execute this if condition. If result is not equal to minus 1, true. Result is 4. It is not equal to minus 1. This condition becomes true. Print target, here 50 is found at index result is 4. So we'll get the message as 50 is found at index 4. Okay, so this is how this program works. Okay, let's take another example. Let's take numbers list like this. 4 elements. Target is 35. Then jump search. Here numbers is this list and target is 35. So length of numbers 4. Step is 2. Previous equal to 0. Compare the element, last element with the target. This condition is true. So previous equal to step is equal to 4 and previous is greater than or equal to n. No, this condition become false. Control will again go here and here. Next it will check the last element of the next block with the target. This condition is true. Previous equal to step equal to step plus square root of n. Here now if we check this condition is true. So it will return minus 1. So we'll get minus 1 here. It will check result is not equal to minus 1. No, result is minus 1. So it will execute else block. It will print this message. Okay, so this is about this program. That's it for now guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.